G'day friends and fans, welcome to Tabletop News. Before I begin, I'd like to thank the supporters who help support this channel. You can support this channel by buying my books, buying my merch, and joining my patrons. All my links are in the link tree. My favourite site, of course, is up first. The Bundle of Holding, where you can get collections of role-playing games from a wide selection, usually on time-limited offers. However, there is a store with some permanently available. Shadows of the Demon Lord I recommend, but all of them are worthy in their own unique way. First on offer, with less than 18 days to go, is Weird Wizard. Tabletop fantasy role-playing from Schwab Entertainment. The Shadow of the Weird Wizard. Now this is the tabletop fantasy role-playing game from Robert J. Schwab of Schwab Entertainment, based on his best-selling Shadow of the Demon Lord, funded in a huge April 2023 Kickstarter campaign. Swaps out the grim dark of the Shadow of the Demon Lord for strange, bizarre, monstrous, and high adventures. Okay, bizarre monstrosities are no stretch with the Demon Lord, however. This is a D20 system, so has lots of magic traditions, professions, master paths, and more. Just for $9.95, you get both titles in the Weird Player Collection. So you get two titles in the Weird Player Collection. However, beat the threshold price of $25.97, you level up and get the entire Weird Sage Collection with 9 more supplements. In the Weird Player Collection, you get the Shadow of the Weird Wizard. The Shadow of the Weird Wizard allows you to explore the borderlands and make them safe for refugees escaping the doom that has befallen the old country. Before his disappearance, the Weird Wizard had released monsters to roam the countryside, cruel fairies to haunt the shadows, hybrid beasts, multi-legged, hulking collectors, floating eyes that hang in the air trailing their nerve endings, and undead that drag themselves from their tombs, and ancient evils. However, the mad sorcerers who commanded these eldritch powers who ruled over all he surveyed had only looked beyond the new lands to the walls of the Forbidden City, where clockwork peoples dwell in seeming servitude. However, the Weird Wizard is gone, and no one knows where. In his absence, a bloody civil war broke out, tore the kingdom apart, and refugees poured into the borderland territory to make new homes. Only two fall foul of ravenous monsters. The displaced people need heroes, aka you, to step up and protect them. Go forth and tame the lands and make peace with the inhabitants, aka loot, pillage, you know the drill. It's a D20 system, so if you know D20, you could play this very quickly and easily. And nearly 600 spell cards in the collection. 33 spell decks. The Weird Sage Collection. Beat the threshold price to level up, and you get the entire bonus collection. Secrets of the Weird Wizard. A companion guide to the Shadow of the Weird Wizard. This gives you everything you need to create a playthrough quest in the Shadow of the Otherworldly Wizard. Rules and guides for running the game, dynamic setting, ripe for exploration, and comprehensive bestiary that includes many old fantasy favourites and new and imagined terrors. 3 source books. Glory to the High One. Play a member of the Faith in this supplement. This gives you lore and details of the church, optional talents, new powers, trinkets, ritual spells and rituals. Weird ancestries. 30 ancestries so that you pay almost any kind of Borderland character. Each has a 2-page entry with origins, professions, path, talents, traits, etc. With fairy hand in hand. The immortal folk, fair and foul, noble and wicked, cruel and kind. The Fae have lived amongst the mortals people for ages. However, now is the time for new heroes. Spikes, changelings, elves, hobgoblins, and others struggle to fill the void left by the weird wizard. This has new talents, spells, paths for playing fair touched heroes. Next, you have 4 adventures. Get yourself stuck into the game with a collection of adventures. You have a head floating across the countryside, death stalking the priests, death stalking the characters. A lord has been robbed and he wants his property back, and in that search, death starts to stalk you. And of course, gnashing teeth and howling, more death. You're stunning a brave as you escape to the Salt Barrens to escape the war, disease and chaos ravaging your homeland. But companions young and old, healthy and young, are being found dead, their bodies mutilated. Something haunts the refugees. In order to survive, the group must unmask the killer before they become the next victims. Next up, we have the Rifts Collection. Now, these are presented out of order. I apologise, but I'm giving you in the order they are initially present. First up, we have Rifts Core Mega. This is the ultimate collection of rules and supplements for Rifts, the cross-dimensional tabletop role-playing game from Palladium. The core rulebook collection is $19.95. This gives you 7 titles in all, but beat the threshold price of $42.37. You'll level up and get an initial 11 more titles. In the core book collection, you get Rifts, the Ultimate Edition. This is the guide to 3 centuries in the future where Shattered Earth is recovering from a great cataclysm, event that wiped out human civilization, brought about the return of magic, and Earth, somewhat familiar and yet also alien. To survive, humans had to augment their bodies with bionics, robot exoskeletons, psychic-inducing brain implants, chemicals, and magic. You're a champion, a hero of mankind, or you're just an explorer or a truth seeker. Or an exploitive opportunist. Come on, let's be real. Alright, along with the collection is Rift's Adventure Guide. This is advice from Palladium's top designers on how to create, design, plot, and run role-playing adventures. Rift's Game Master Guide. It's a collection of weapons, equipment, body armor, robots, vehicles, etc. Exotics from World Books 1 through to 22, and more. Add the Game Master Kit. Everything you need to make your job easier as a Game Master. All the rules at the table. You need. Now, Index 1 and 2 basically tells you where to find everything. And the Sourcebook collection, which level up, which I recommend you do, you get Rift Sourcebook 1. This is the updated expanded Rift Sourcebook 1, full of best-selling supplements. One of the game's best-selling supplements presents rules for robot creation, player characters, the inhuman villain Archie 3, a sentient computer from the Earth's past who is also the world's most powerful being, along with henchmen, robots, and complete adventures, the mysterious Republicans, humanity's salvation or destruction, their secret history, and of course, that of Archie in North America as well, notable monsters and various equipment and adventure ideas. Rift's Sourcebook 2, the Rift's Book of Magic, the ultimate guide to magic on Earth. All the spells, tattoos, techno-wizardry, items, equipment, body armor, and more, including monsters, of course. Rift's Bestiary, everything you need, caterpillars to huge, aggressive, and dangerous monsters, such as Darkhounds. This is the ultimate companion where containing beasts that can be pets, companions, riding animals, attack animals, and unlikely allies, as well as various slobbering monsters out to take your life. The Black Market. A new career awaits you, young man. Smuggling in and out of North America. Smuggling methods, magical and conventional, travelling shows, and more, of course. Bandits, mercenaries, black marketeers. Bionic Sourcebook, cybernetics and bionics in the worlds of Rift. Compendium of bionic and cybernetic systems with information about partial and full conversions for cyborgs. Rift's conversion books, how to bring Palladium's other systems into Rifts. Conversion 1 is for adapting fantasy, magic, and heroes, including monsters and player characters. Book 2 is Pantheon, presenting gods and immortals, and as well as alien intelligence, imposters, and demigods. Book 3 is Creatures of Darkness and Other Monsters. Next up is 3 more source books, Vampires, Mechanoids, and Mindworks. Vampires have overrun Mexico, and they're being opposed by Reed's Rangers and other vampire hunters and heroes, necromancers, were-jaguars, were-cats, and more. Mechanoids, the one driving goal, kill all humans. The various mechanoids in the Robot Legion, all creations of Archie 3. Mindworks, the Triax and the New German Republic have a dozen character classes and races, including various dimensional beings and other villains from the other thing. Sorry about that. Alright, all new Rifts. Rifts World Book 2 gives you one collection, $29.95, gets you how many again? 11 complete source books. Pardon me. The Insect Invasion. A new threat to humanity, details various types of insects, their hierarchies of powers, and host cities. Books 24 and 25 is all about China, high-tech nation, heroes, celestial court, monks, soothsayers, and more. 26 and 27 is the Dinosaur Swamp. Florida, Georgia, and Carolinas of reserve savage wildlands where dinosaurs rule and humans are at the bottom of the food chain. Vampire Incursion, South America, the American Southwest, find the great trade road, wastelands, Grand Canyon, Arizona, the city of Mercs, and magic, and as well as that, there's an invasion of undead spearheaded by a fierce vampire general out to conquer the Southwest. Then there's Book 29, Madhaven, the ruins of Manhattan, where there are mutants. 31, Triax 2 is about the war between the New German Republic and the Gargoyle Empire. And, of course, this world book presents the latest weapons, combat vehicles, power armor, and more. 33, Northern Gun and Northern Gun 2. Canada, Michigan, and Chicago. New power armor, drones, weapons, vehicles, and the largest gun dealer and independent manufacturer on the continent. Silversky is the high-tech but savage warlords of Russia. Now, these World Books 2 is an update of sorts to, as well as all the latest. But you'll need the previous World Books as well. So we have Rift World 1 offer 3. For $19.95, you get 5 World Books in the starter collection. However, if you pay above the threshold price of $33.01, you level up and get the entire bonus collection with 6 more World Books. Now, with the collection, of course, the only one with the core rulebook is Rift's Core Mega. As a reminder, in the starter collection, pay the minimum price and you get Rift's Vampire Kingdoms. Mexico's the realm of monsters, dominated by packs of wild vampires and the rumored vampire kingdom. Over the last 20 years, a growing number of heroes, vampire slayers, and adventurers have been waging a secret war against the undead. It has escalated. Stories are leaking out of entire human populations enslaved or penned for slaughter like cattle. Go see for yourself. You have a lot in this one. Various vampires, vampiric abilities, heroes, vampiric heroes, vampiric combat, vampire slaying weapons, various states and kingdoms, society, and more. Rift's Lone Star, the inner workings of the legendary Lone Star. However, the coalition of the Lone Star states, a vulnerable place, the coalition states do claim Texas, but they only control a small part, where genetic engineers create the famous dog boys and are immune. The rest of the states held by the Pocus Empire. Lone Star and is also a companion to the Spirit West, offered in its companion as well. Federation of Magic, everything you need for the Federation of Magic. However, the Federation was the first kingdom, Magic Kingdom. However, it was defeated in the Battle of Chi-Town, and now the Federation is a loose confederation of diverse city-states. Rifts Canada, the land of beauty, mystery, and danger. Oh, left out cold. Lots of cold. There's monsters and conflicts and cold. Canada's reverted to wilderness and cold. There's pockets of civilization and technology surrounded by cold. Don't I tell you Canada's cold? The dimensional beings of North America. Creatures from other dimensions, nearly 100 inhuman entities, weird and exotic, unique and dangerous, and many are hostile. Some are cute and cuddly, others are just plain weird. Next on the offer is offer 4, Rifts Land and Sea. This brings Rifts to the waterways. For $19.95, you get the starter collection. You get the Atlantean collection with 5 complete Rifts World Books and Dimension Books. However, pay above the threshold price of $32.48, and you also get the entire collection of 9 more titles. The Atlantean collection gives you Rifts Atlantis, everything you need for Atlantis. Atlantis is an alien civilization transplanted Earth. It's a multi-dimensional kingdom inhabited by monsters and monstrous alien. Well, primarily dominated by the Slugroth. Now, they have a dimensional market where you can buy anything or anyone, and the city of Dragona, where dragons and other supernatural beings are sheltered. as well as the Gargoyle Kingdom to the north and the Valley of Wonders. Alien creatures lay claim to this land and its transdimensional slave markets. This book describes the Sologoth and its minions and many other beings, bringing you also new magic and technology. Rifts Underseas, everything you need for underwater campaigns and adventures, whether it's the open ocean, the Great Lakes or rivers. You have various technology, magic and equipment. Oh, and vehicles. Rifts Lumera, the Lumera amphibious people with floating cities. Again, they're at war with the demons on dry lands and under the waves. Now they have various animals, weapons and armor, as well as vehicles, living bioarmor, stone guardians, stone vehicles, stone cities, and of course enemies. Now the supply plan of a dimensional market where anything and everything has a price, including you. This is everything. Slaves, magic items, equipment, mostly weapons and vehicles. And the secrets of the Atlanteans. Now the Atlanteans disappeared from Earth more than 15,000 years ago. Had they travelled across the cosmos and waged war against supernatural evil, became masters of dimensional travel and the fabled tattooed magic. However, they become renowned vampire slayers and heroes of the light. However, there is a festering darkness that could destroy them all, learn their secrets, and the treachery of the Illuminati. Is it Illuminati? It's always the Illuminati, isn't it? It's always them! Always! Alright. Now, if you level up, which I recommend you do, you get 9 more world books. England, jolly old England, where you have the Millennial Tree, Brain Trees, Ancient Gods, Wizards, Druids, Dryads, Knights, Fairies, and Stonehenge. Africa, 4 demonic horsemen of the apocalypse threaten to destroy all earth on earth. Of course they do! Now the Triax and the NGR, now the new German Republic, is surrounded and besieged by hostile gargoyles. The Gargoyle Empire of giant monsters. However, only their superior robots and weapons and technology of the Triax keep these monsters bay, but for how long? South America 1, explore the jungles of South America with dragons, pirates, etc. In South America 2, there's the Nazca lines, magic, ancient gods, mutants, undead, and more. Japan, play traditional ninja or samurai, or go for the power armor, giant robots and cyborgs, various wonders, magic, and monsters. Russian mythology and magic has come to life in Mystic Russia. Explore new fire and nature spells, Russian demons and monsters, and more. And the warlords of Russia. Russia and the Slavic countries are monster-ridden hellholes. Their warlords are part barbarian, part animal, and part machine. It's through the sorcery of bionics that their cyborg hordes dominate the land. And of course, Australia, the land of unique and wild adventure, monsters, and magic. New weapons and technology. Dreamtime gods. Paranoid and cruel high-tech powers of Melbourne and Perth. Just us, Sydney. They're already there. Melbourne and Perth already hellholes. Alright, creating outback communities and more. Alright, the fifth offer in the Rifts collection is the Rift Coalition Wars. The Coalition collection is 1995. Now, if you need a Rifts, you do need the Mega Collection for this. However, this gives you, for 1995, you get the Coalition Collection, which is all DRM3. You get 7 complete source books. However, if you level up, get pay the threshold price of $37.03 or more, and you get the entire Tolkien collection with 8 more titles. This is a must-have if you're into Rifts. A lot hinges around the Coalition and the Coalition Wars and the Tolkien invasion. We'll get to that. Okay, the Coalition Wars is exactly that. So the Coalition, North America, swept aside demons, aliens, and users of magic, and lay siege to Tolkien, the secessionist state of Quebec. Lots of information on the military, coalition tactics, weapons, equipment, body armor, character classes, races, key leaders, ranking generals, and more. The Coalition Navy, everything you need about the waterways of the North American Empire. And, of course, with war comes mercenaries. Mercenaries is 9 occupational character classes, OCCs, and mercops. Mercops are basically job brokers, bounties, and more. Everything you need for techno-wizard weapons, armor, etc. And Merctown. Merctown is a city created by mercenaries for mercenaries. Everything you need, manufacturers, guns, and guns. Every gun manufacturer in North America. Alright, Mercenary Adventures gives you everything you need for hard nails, OCCs, to play out their wildest dreams, and secrets of the Coalition State. In the battle for humanity, there's 2 rival Dominic forces in the Minion Wars who conquered North America. Earth is about to become an annex of hell. For the first time in history, the Coalition States, the Northern Gun, and others all joined together to stand against the common enemy. Meanwhile, the Atlanteans, Archie 3 and Vanguard engaged in their own shadow war against the invading demons and each other. Secrets of the Coalition States makes possible for the first time mixed parties of different battle groups to fight the minions of hell in the Coalition and uncover the secrets of the Coalition States. Our Tolkien collection is previously titled The Coalition Manhunters. This is the Psychic War, the Psychic Defenders and others, and Psychic Abilities. And the Siege of Tolkien is a campaign. 7 Rifts adventures in all. The Coalition is seeking to invade the techno-wizard stronghold Tolkien, wipe out all magic from Earth in a magical blitzkrieg attack, and the dark forces on both sides join the conflict. Siege of Tolkien campaign has 6 source books and an aftermath, which goes through the changes after the war's end. Which brings Rifts. There's a lot there. Decades of play, if you're serious into Rifts. Next bundle on offer is Dread Laerconium. We go back to fantasy with this one. It's a neutral system sourcebook from Raging Swan for $7.95. Basically, Monsterless. If you lack the time to create fantasy settings, here's 100 detailed Monsterless